what is the focus for BT here in Brazil?
Okay. Let me give you a little bit of a historical background on BT in the region, in Latin America. And Brazil is very important. It's 50% of all Latin American business. BT established itself in Brazil back in 2003 when the first BT Global Services employee was hired to manage a outsourcing contract that was signed between BT and Unilever in the UK. Between 2003 and 2006, more or less, we have grown organically to 60 employees as we acquired more contracts. Second contract was for InBev, which is now Anheuser-Busch InBev, and then this was followed by Fiat and Reuters and Syngenta and a lot of other multinational companies have come to Brazil, and that kept expanding our ability to manage outsourcing contracts. Okay, our customers, BT customers, actually told BT and enticed BT to invest in the region, saying this is a very important growth area for us in the world. So you've got to be there because we are there. So BT has made a decision to invest even further. And one big investment that BT made was the acquisition of Comsat. Comsat was a pan-regional carrier headquartered in the US but focusing on the region. After the acquisition of Comsat in 2007, it took us 1 year to merge two operations into one integrated operation. And then in 2008, we reinvented ourselves as the new BT. We run from 60 employees to 1,000 employees, from Mexico down to Argentina, Chile. All of a sudden, we acquired approximately 1,200 customers across the region, domestic customers, other international customers, besides our own traditional multinational accounts. Our infrastructure has grown to 180 points of presence, almost 25,000 sites connected either through terrestrial networks, MPLS networks, or satellite infrastructure. And we acquired 3 data centers, one in São Paulo, one in Buenos Aires, and one in Bogota.
Right.
So BT has made some very relevant investment in terms of inorganic. On top of that, BT also put money to improve all the infrastructure that was acquired by Comsat, integrating the domestic networks with the global networks. We expanded the number of global points of presence that we have in Brazil from 1 to 5, okay, in the time span of 1 year, okay. And BT now is deposit a lot of trust and confidence in our ability to deliver, not only for domestic customers, but also for international customers.
Right. Okay. So, what would be the main advantages that BT Brazil would offer to CIOs looking at revisiting their sourcing strategies and maybe coming to Brazil?
Okay. Our main focus, BT's main focus, is on the corporate side, towards corporate customers. That's the mandate of global services. This is not only applicable to Latin America, but outside of UK, global services is a unit that focuses on corporate customers. Everything we do has corporate customers in our mind. All the services we deliver with the quality, the service level agreements, and the commercial terms and packaging conditions geared towards corporate customers. When CIOs look to their outsourcing strategies or global sourcing or offshore strategies, the first recommendation that I would tell them is to say, look at the partner, okay? Seek for companies that you can trust, and look at what these companies are doing in terms of investing in many regions, okay? I can say with all confidence that BT has established itself in Latin America as a trustworthy partner with scale, quality, skills, and capabilities to support any demand that CIOs would have, not only in the region itself, because we have services and capillarities, but also to use that region as platform to export services to anywhere else in the world. Okay. The second recommendation is look at the capabilities themselves. Okay, come, look at the people, speak with them, look at the way we operate, look at the infrastructure that's built in, okay, and realize the potential that a country that is new, or various countries for that matter, we're talking in terms of Latin America, I would say Mexico, Colombia, Argentina, they all have great potential as well. Young people, motivated people, multi-language skills, fluent in English, in Spanish, in Portuguese, you can find people speaking Japanese, German, Italian, I mean, all over because of the migration that we received. All of these skills make up for it an extraordinary source or platform for CIOs to trust their services together with a strong partner in the region.
So BT Global Services obviously has capability in India, in China, and also in Brazil. So how does Brazil complement your offering? So can you just elaborate on the particular qualities of the resource that you have here?
Sure. Well, I think some of these qualities I have already mentioned in terms of skills, technical skills, enthusiasm, ability to speak many languages. We are also in the region that has competitive advantages in terms of cost and agility, flexibility relative to other areas. I mean, you mentioned China, you mentioned India. I think these are also very strong platforms for exporting services. We know that. They're probably even India is certainly more experienced than Brazil. They have developed that sector, and I would say that India is very mature. But having the benefits of actually betting, I would say, on a region that's starting, you're going to see a lot of more, I would say, commitment and loyalty from the labor force in Brazil towards customers and customers' objectives. Our center here in Brazil, which was elected as one of the 4 centers of excellences in the world, did not reach that situation by chance. When this center was set up in Brazil back in 2005, there were only 8 people working as a dedicated regional operation center serving Unilever. We now have 300 employees, and the list of multinational accounts being served from this center in Brazil. Some of them all Americas, others across the world, 24/7, 365 days per annum, non-stop service, with full integration with backup centers everywhere in the world. That's the power, okay, that customers can actually get from services implemented with committed people and highly skilled people. And we have them in the region. I think this is our key definition.
Okay, so my last question would be, how are you going to develop BT Brazil over the next 18 months to 2 years?
That's a good question. What we plan to do is to leverage on the established capabilities first, bring to the region our global portfolio, like what we're doing here today in the Gartner Outsourcing Summit, which is to actually launching the virtual data center, which is a flagship product, so very new, was just made available in the UK now in January, integrating our infrastructure with BT's global infrastructure and integrating our processes, methods, and deployment capabilities with BT global processes. We are in the process of actually doing that. So offering a stronger company to the market. That's point number 1. Point number 2 is to focus on our customers' needs. Okay? Understanding that multinationals have certain requirements. They're different from regional accounts. They're different from domestic accounts. And actually take our portfolio of products, build solutions that are built to suit to these customers, to their business realities, and actually put those solutions for them in the way that are competitive, they are adherent to their business demands, and that actually help them to achieve their business objectives.
Okay, then Sérgio Paulo, thank you very much for your time, and good luck with business.
It's my pleasure.